Ladies and gentlemen, today we have some huge C8 Z06 news because GM added this to their Mid-Engine Supercar Killer, and we're going to discuss it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Brink of Speed. I really appreciate you hitting that play button today and joining me. Real quick though, before we jump into the video, if you have not smashed that thumbs up button, please do so, as that helps break the YouTube algorithm and really helps promote this video on YouTube. Also, if you have not subscribed to the wonderful Brink of Speed community, please help us hit my goal, which is 50,000 subscribers in the year 2021. By smashing that red subscribe button and the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Alright, let's jump right into the video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we have a lot to discuss today. The first thing that I will say before we get into any kind of discussion though is that Corvette Ron himself is who supplied me with the Z06 information. Now I did see this on the Mid-Engine Corvette forum, but I reached out to him and asked his permission to use the photographs that I'm going to be using and the information that I'm going to be using specifically in this video. So he gave me permission to do so, and I appreciate that, Corvette Ron. I absolutely love being able to bring information like this to my audience, so thank you. Now, before we get into the Z06 news, I want to give you some more C8 news that just came out today, and as you can see, I am on the CorvetteBlogger.com site with Keith Cornett, and I wanted to go over one thing real quick at a time. There's three things though that I want to go over, and the first one is Corvette buyers' first-hand account shows some confusion in honoring the 2021 price protection. So anybody out there who is wanting to know about their 2021 being built and if they truly have price protection, this article will give you that information. And by the way, I will link all of these articles down in my description below so you can check these out. But I'm just going to go over the key points of this article. It basically states that it's up to your dealership to be honest. It's up to your dealership to let you know that if you had an 1100 status prior to March 3rd, that you will have protection, because GM will reimburse the dealer the $1,000. So initially when they show you the invoice right here, the price will be reflected on that invoice with the $1,000 increase. But the dealership will cover that $1,000, and then GM will reimburse the dealer. So again, I'm not going to get into major specifics about this other than what I've just gone over. You guys can get on here and read this article. It's not very long, but it gives you a lot more information than I just did. And let's go to the next article. This one is one of my favorite things that Keith has put up. And check this out. Chevrolet lifts the constraints on the high wing and black Trident wheels. Now that's big news for a lot of people out there who both wanted the Trident wheels and the high wing. This restraint came last year in March for both of them. Well, no, for the high wing it came last March. The 5VM, high wing, side skirts, and front splitter. But as far as the Trident wheels, that just happened in the last couple of months, but now it's been lifted so you can get the black Trident wheels. And again, I'm not going to go into major details here, but I will say check out in my description below, because this article will be in there as well. I do want to give a shout out to my boy Clarence of Speed 252. Because Keith went ahead and put a picture of his beautiful red C8 Corvette in his article because he has the high wing. And I know Keith and Clarence are great friends. If you have not checked out Speed 252, make sure you go and check out his YouTube channel. He does great work over there. let's back out of this. And the last one that I want to go over is the new technical service bulletin issued for some 2020 and 2021 Corvettes over the HVAC drain hose. Now again, I'm not going to read this whole article or anything, but what I will do is give you the bullet points. And basically what they're saying is that you will have a pretty quick sign of this happening in your car if it does happen. Your passenger side area where your passenger puts their feet will be wet or damp. And so if that is the case, you can take it to your dealership and they will fix it. They will get in there and reattach the hose. But it doesn't sound like a serious problem, so that's always good news. But it is the latest technical service bulletin that I just wanted to go over with you briefly. All right, let's now move on to the fun subject of the Z06. And we're over here at the Mid-Engine Corvette forum, which I've said a million times, guys, and I'll continue to say it. If you're a part of the Corvette forum and you're not happy with the way you're treated there, come join us at the Mid-Engine Corvette forum. You won't regret it. You won't be treated badly. It's all respect over here. So we're gonna scroll down and look at this. 345.25s confirmed by Corvette Blogger. Now, again, this was discovered by Corvette Ron himself, as you can see in this picture. I'm gonna zoom in here so we can get a better view, but look at this, Corvette Ron himself. He is the one that took this picture and the other pictures below. And so he gets all the credit for this. But ladies and gentlemen, what does this mean? That's the real question. What does this mean for the new Corvette Z06 and probably the ZR1? I'm not sure about the Zora. The Zora is going to have so much power. They may even put a bigger tire on the rear of the Zora, but probably the ZR1, the Grand Sport, and the Z06 will have this tire. And not only do we know the size of 345/25, but we also know it's going to be a 21-inch wheel. That is exciting, ladies and gentlemen. That means this tire is going to be massive. And it also means that the front wheel and tire will be a 20 most likely. I don't think they're going to do 19 and 21. I think they'll do 20 and 21. So we're going to have big meat up front and enormous in the rear. Again though, what does this mean for the Z06? Well, in my opinion, what this means is that GM is dead serious. Like I've said in past videos, they are dead serious about competing with the best of the best. Now, if we scroll down, you're really going to like the next picture. This is a picture of the GT2 RS yet again with the two C8 Z06 mules. That GT2 RS has 710 horsepower. It has one of the fastest times on the Nürburgring. It is one of the fastest cars ever built, one of the fastest supercars around a track ever built. And wait until I tell you what the rear tire sizes are on the back of the GT2 RS. As you can see in this article, it says they have 325/30 21s, so not quite as wide, but almost the same width, almost the same size. 325s are still massive. That's what we had on the C6 Z06. But they weren't 21s, they were 19s. So a 325/21 is definitely going to be wider than a 325/19. But the 345/21 is just massive. So again, back to GM. GM is taking this Z06 and competing with all of the supercars out there, dead serious. Just like they took making the C8, this supercar performing $60,000 Corvette that they have done seriously, they're taking the Z06 even more serious because they want the average Corvette buyer to be able to buy this Z06 and compete with everything out there. I mean, you're gonna have to have $1 million car to beat this Z06. And even some multi-million-dollar cars are not going to be able to beat this Z06. One multi-million-dollar car that comes to mind is the Huayra. The Huayra is going to look better. It's going to have higher performance in some ways than the Z06. The inside, the interior is obviously going to be way higher class than the Z06, but the performance from 0 to 60, quarter mile, and on a track is going to be less, in my opinion, than the Z06. And this giant rear tire means that GM wants this, whatever the horsepower is on this C8 Z06, to be able to launch and grip and not slip when it launches all 600 plus horses that it's going to have in that flat plane crank motor. So even if this car turns out to be a non-naturally aspirated V8, if it turns out to have forced induction, which it may, I hope it doesn't, but it may, we're going to have the grip to make sure it does not slip. And so, again, this to me is some of the most exciting, biggest news that we could get. And I again thank Corvette Ron himself for bringing this to us. Please leave me comments below. Tell me what your opinion is of these giant, massive rear tires and rear wheels. And also, help me guess what the front tire will be. I'm betting that they're going to be 285s at least on the front, but put your best guess in there in the comments below of what you think the front tires will be. But that's really going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. If you have not joined this wonderful Brink of Speed community, please smash that red subscribe button and the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Help us reach our goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of December of this year and help grow this community. I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you out on the road.